Hello and welcome back to Shining Around. I am in Guadalajara, Mexico today. I'm in my hotel room. It is the Hotel Santiago de Compostela, and it was $85 for my 4-night stay here. And I'm going to take you on a little walking tour of the Centro Historico of Guadalajara. So come along, you kind of see where things are at as of July 21st, 2020, what's open, what the streets are like, and how it feels here in Guadalajara. This will mainly just be a walking tour, but I will add a little bit of insights along the way. Come along. And we are right in this nice little plaza here. See, yesterday I went to a traditional Mexican restaurant here in Guadalajara. I got a enchilada con mole, a michelada, and a beer, and the total cost with a 10% tip was around $11. It was an excellent restaurant called La Clata that specializes in traditional Mexican food, and I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a place to eat and you find yourself in the Centro Historico. This is September 16th Avenue. September 16th is Mexican Independence Day, and in my experience, if a city has a September 16th Avenue, it's going to be one of the main streets. Certainly true in Mexico City as well as here in Guadalajara. Guadalajara has Uber that is readily available, and you can use Uber from the airport, which is not true in all Mexican cities either, that they have Uber. In some places like Cancun, even where they have Uber, you are not allowed to take Uber from the airport as sort of a consolation to the taxi industry. In addition to this, the Centro Historico, there are a lot of modern parts of Guadalajara. It's an extremely large city. It's the second largest city in Mexico. And I find that it feels a lot more comfortable than Mexico City, which is just so crowded and populated. So it has a lot of the nice parts that you would find in Mexico City without all the crowding. I still would recommend going to Mexico City if you get a chance, specifically for the Anthropology Museum, which is one of my favorite museums I've been to anywhere in the world. But I assume that it's closed right now. So, in terms of places to go in Mexico for a taste of city life, I would say Guadalajara would be an excellent choice. As you can see, most everything is open in the Centro Historico. The museums are closed. You can't get into all of the places, but in terms of restaurants and shops, they are all available. Liverpool is open, although I've yet to ever go into one, which is a department store I've also never been in a Polar bear, which I see all around the world, but we don't have in the U.S. So this in front of me here is the Guadalajara Cathedral, which is sort of the central symbol of the city. We're going, even though we didn't have the walk sign in Mexican tradition, they say when you're driving in Mexico, you should stop if the light is green because the other drivers are going to be running the red light. And you shouldn't stop if the light is red, otherwise you will get rear-ended because everyone expects you to just continue and go. So this is the cathedral. There is a lot of construction going on around, and a lot of the historic buildings down here have construction around them. I'm not sure if this is because this is a good time to do construction with things getting closed down anyways, or what exactly, but it is certainly the case. You can go into the cathedral. I went in yesterday and listened to a really beautiful mass in the evening. It is an active Catholic church. And as you can see, there's some construction going on. The Look Cafe. This over here, we'll head down for a second. It's a little underground shopping area. Hola. Oh, sorry. Had to get my temperature checked. So it's a little underground shopping area. This doesn't look like it's 100% opened up. It reminds me a lot of China, where you would run into these. The streets in China are so busy that they would have these underground walkways below them that were just lined with little shops, and it's a similar experience here in Guadalajara. Okay, this will be fun because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to come back up above ground. Got a little bit off of my planned route here, but kind of an interesting little look. Okay. So this is the end of the historical district. I'm going to head backwards back to where I just left you. I just realized when I tripped on the stairs, I accidentally turned off my camera. So you'll get sort of a walk to the middle from each of the main ingress points to the Centro Histórico, which was not my intention initially, but is going to be just fine. So back there is the Museum of the Cabanas. And from here, you have a little walk back to the cathedral, where we'll go by a couple of cool things. So up here, we've got a cool sculpture that is inspired by the immolation of the god Teotihuacan. Okay. A nice little open square, some little shops. It's about 5:45. I would expect in other times that this area is a little bit more bustling, but right now in Mexico, you're required to wear a mask in all public spaces. But as you can see, that's not necessarily always followed. You'll certainly be required to wear a mask if you want to go into any businesses. Looks like these kids are about to start a race. And they're getting the hand sanitized down. There you go. Yeah, so sometimes we'll get asked to sanitize your shoes before going into places. But that has been less common here than it was when I was in the Yucatan Peninsula a month ago. It's also less common here to see people wearing masks. When I was in the Yucatan about a month ago, I felt like just about everyone was wearing a mask whenever they were outside, and now it seems like over the last month perhaps, or in Jalisco, it's a little bit less complied with. You'll see here the streets are wet. That is because it rains a lot in Guadalajara just about every day. I've been here, it's rained. It is a frequent occurrence. I would not be surprised or upset if you see rain in the forecast for when you visit, because it is a rainy place. But the rain comes in and comes out pretty quickly, so it shouldn't ruin your trip by any means. Once again, most of the stores with fixed physical locations have opened back up here. Nice little water sculpture that happens to be off at the moment.